Marcus Rashford saved Manchester United once again last weekend, despite the fact that he may have slept in too late the previous week. There was no time for Marcus Rashford to get any rest. After missing a team meeting in the days leading up to the game, the 25-year-old was justifiably taken out of the starting lineup for United's match away at Wolves. However, he responded in the perfect way by scoring the game's lone goal in spectacular fashion, allowing United to come away with all 3 points. Rashford has been revitalized, as evidenced by the fact that he has scored 11 goals in his last 20 appearances, and he is thriving under the tutelage of Erik Hag and Benni McCarthy, who are both striking mentors. The South African coach is not the only former striker who has had a significant influence on Rashford's career, but he has been instrumental in helping the forward get back to the fundamentals of his approach in front of the net. Rashford went to his first live match a year before James McCarthy famously scored twice for Porto at Old Trafford to knock United out of the Champions League. This match would have a significant impact on Rashford's own aspirations as a player and would be the reason he attended his first live match. On the evening that United were eliminated from Europe for the second time in a row, this time at the hands of Real Madrid, the legendary forward Ronaldo scored a hat-trick and was famously honored with a standing ovation by the entire stadium. At the end of the game, Sir Alex Ferguson admitted that "you can't legislate for someone who produces moments like that," and despite the fact that United did have some shortcomings of their own, they simply did not have anything that could match the individual brilliance of the Brazilian. It was a moment that captured the wild excitement of a 5-year-old Rashford, who is now looking to emulate his hero with a similarly carefree approach to his game 20 years later. It was a moment that captured the wild excitement of a 5-year-old Rashford. Rashford said of his former hero and childhood inspiration, "I used to watch a lot of him growing up, including all of his games." When you know that he was obviously a top player who won a lot of things in his career, then it really stands out when he's saying good things about you. He never restricted his playing. It didn't matter where he was playing, because he always played without restriction and always went out of his way to express himself. When you do that, you'll be playing some of the best football of your career. The comparison with Ronaldo has even been acknowledged by the Brazil legend, who saw similarities to Rashford at a young age with his own approach. Rashford has been likened to Ronaldo because of his own style of play. He is an extremely talented young player. The legendary player from Real Madrid admitted, "I see some of myself in him for sure. He has courage, he is fast, and he is very good with the ball. I believe that in order for strikers to be successful, they need to have a strong desire to score, and I see that in him. He is going to have an incredible future." Both the fact that Rashford has rediscovered his hunger for goals and the fact that he is playing with courage in his own ability are clear signs of the positive working environment that Ten Hag has created at the club. There has never been any doubt about Rashford's ability. Rather, the issue has been more with his own self-belief, which was something that obviously required attention after such an emotionally and physically draining string of seasons. Since the United forward has previously admitted that he simply wasn't in the right headspace during the previous campaign, it should come as no surprise that he is now playing his best football with a smile on his face. Because of this, the significance of promoting mental health awareness in football has been brought to the forefront once more, and it serves as a reminder that a player's level of physical fitness does not tell the whole story because there are so many other factors that influence how a footballer performs on the field. They may appear to be unrelatable totems who live in a privileged bubble, but in reality, they are just young men going through the same struggles as the majority of people, who are subjected to intense scrutiny and told in public whether or not they are doing their job properly. Because so many football players make such enormous salaries, there is frequently very little sympathy for their own personal well-being, which is something that is frequently ignored when analyzing their performances and form. It is wonderful to see Rashford getting among the goals again, but it is even more wonderful to see him doing so with a smile on his face once more and an obvious love for the game. Even though he has a long way to go before he can be placed in the same top bracket as his childhood hero, there is still a genuine argument that he can do so based on his recent performances. He was his hero when he was younger. Although United recently suffered the loss of one Ronaldo, they still have another one in their ranks.